I want to talk about something a lot of churches don't like to talk about. What happens when a pastor falls into sin? Maybe it's an affair, a drinking problem, or even abuse. And too often, instead of dealing with it, the church tries to hide it. They say things like, "We're handling it internally," or "We need to protect the ministry." But what they're really doing is protecting the sin. The Bible doesn't tell us to cover up sin. It tells us to confront it. In 1 Timothy 5:20, Paul says, "Those who persist in sin are to be rebuked in front of everyone, so that others may stand in fear." That means sin in leadership must be dealt with publicly, not privately. A pastor's supposed to be above reproach, the husband of one wife, sober-minded, and self-controlled. That's straight from 1 Timothy 3. Those aren't suggestions, they're God's qualifications. If a pastor fails to meet those standards, he's disqualified from leadership until there's real repentance and change. Covering it up only makes it worse. It damages faith, destroys trust, and gives the world one more reason to mock the church. And if your church refuses to deal with serious sin or hides abuse to protect its image, you need to leave. Staying in a corrupt church won't make it holy, it'll corrupt you too. Ephesians 5:11 says, "Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them." That's not being rebellious, that's being obedient to God. Now, forgiveness is always possible, but forgiveness doesn't mean someone should go right back into the pulpit. A fallen pastor can be forgiven and restored to fellowship, but not necessarily restored to leadership. Trust and moral authority take time to rebuild, and sometimes they're never fully restored. If you've ever been hurt by church leadership, remember this: people may fail you, but Jesus never will. The church belongs to Him, not to any man.